Hi everyone, I hope you had a great week. It is another Sunday. I hope it's a good one for you. Last week we talked about the parable of the prodigal son, and we learned that we can always come back to God and God will always welcome us. He shows us that He is faithful and how He loves us. Today we're going to talk about a disciple named Peter, and Peter followed Jesus. And we're going to read about an amazing experience Peter had with Jesus. So today we're going to read in Matthew chapter 14, and we're starting at verse 22. So starting at verse 22, it says, "Immediately Jesus made the disciples get into the boat and go ahead of him on the other side while he dismissed the crowd. After he had dismissed them, he went up on the mountainside by himself to pray." Jesus did that sometimes. He would go off by himself and pray. So the disciples, they were headed out on the lake in a boat. Just Jesus was like, I need some time alone. I'm going to go pray on this mountainside. Later that night he was there alone, and the boat was already a considerable distance from the land, buffeted by the waves because the wind was against it. So it's kind of a stormy night. Shortly before dawn, Jesus went out to them, walking on the lake. Did you guys know Jesus could do that? Jesus is walking on the lake, not floating, walking. So cool. When the disciples saw him walking on the lake, they were terrified. "It's a ghost!" they cried out in fear. Oh, I think I would have cried out in fear too. I definitely would have thought it was a ghost if I saw something walking on water towards me. But Jesus immediately said to them, "Take courage, it is I. Don't be afraid." "Lord, if it's you," Peter replied, "tell me to come to you on the water." Here we go, this is Peter. "Come," Jesus said. Then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on the water, and came towards Jesus. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, cried out, "Lord, save me!" Immediately Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. "You of little faith," he said, "why did you doubt?" And when they climbed into the boat, the wind died down. Then those who were in the boat worshipped him, saying, "Truly, you are the Son of God." Boy, I just love this story because we see how important it is that we keep our eyes on Jesus. Peter was in the middle of the storm. He had to be afraid, and he took a step of faith. Isn't that fun? Like, we sometimes say that as like, just take a step of faith, but it was a literal step of faith onto the water. And thankfully, Jesus was there to save him when his fears started creeping up, and he looked around and he's like, I'm in a storm, and he started to sink. Jesus was there and reached out his hand and saved him. I want you to practice saying this phrase to yourself when you're feeling afraid. I may feel scared right now, but I know God is with me. So we have to make that fun. So I may feel scared right now. I may feel scared right now. What's your scared face? Show me a scared face. I may feel scared right now, but I know God is with me. I believe you'll feel the power of God comforting you in moments when you're feeling afraid and you say this phrase to yourself. I've had to say this phrase to myself many times throughout this year. I may feel scared right now, but God is with me. God is with me. I want to just take a moment and pray with us because it is so important that we remember how amazing it is that Jesus, He is there for us. He is faithful, and we can take the step of faith just like Peter. We may get scared, but Jesus saves us. So let's just pray for a moment. Dear God, we love you, and we love that we have your word so we can learn. Thank you that you are always with us. Sometimes we may feel scared and feel our feet sinking into the water, but thank you that you are so faithful and you will grab our hand. I pray a blessing over our week ahead. Amen. So friends, I thought something fun of an activity for you to do today would be to draw a picture of yourself walking on water towards Jesus, like you were one of the disciples in the boat. Well, I think that would be really fun. So draw a picture of yourself walking on water towards Jesus, and you may want to write that phrase above the water, above your picture, right? So I may feel scared right now, but I know God is with me. I may feel scared right now, but God is with me. I keep messing it up. I just want to feel that God is with me. So I may feel scared right now, but I know that God is with me. So draw a picture of yourself walking on water towards Jesus. And maybe you'll be like confident and you'll just be like walking really straight towards Jesus, or maybe you can like have a foot sinking into the water or something, like, oh no, the fear is catching in, but Jesus is there ready to save you. Isn't that awesome? So I hope you have fun creating that today, and share any pictures with me if you feel so inclined to do so. All right, and hey, what is God doing in your life? I think it's important that we take time to think about our God moments. How is God with you? How are you seeing him work? What's he doing? It's a really fun time of year. The leaves are changing, and I think that shows that God is with us, and he's with us through all of the seasons. So yeah, how is God with you this week? Did he do anything awesome, amazing, really cool? Or was it just like an average week and you know he was there? That's totally normal. I think God was with me this week by just some encouragement people have given me. Sometimes God places people in our lives to say things that are true and that you need to hear. So that was my God moment for this week. All right, friends, I hope you all have a great week. I hope that you enjoy the story of Jesus walking on water with Peter, and I hope you draw a picture today. All right, have a great week.